Solis Farms. Today's the 17th of August, and I'm just headed up through Sanpete County in central Utah. And I know that my view is probably not the greatest through this windshield, but I just kind of wanted to show you what the crops are doing in the fields as I move up through the county a little bit. As you can see, we've got corn over our head at this point. It's tasseling. You can smell it in the air. This little area right through here is is the headquarters of one of the biggest farms in the Sanpete County area. Man, what a beautiful sky too. There's the sweet corn. It's a little shorter. But here's the field corn. This will be chopped for silage and used for feed for a animal feeding operation, which I don't condone that. Just telling it like it is here. There's a lot of corn growing for that. On the other side of the road, another patch of corn. This is how we irrigate our crops, whether by sprinkler, pivot, or wheel line. I flood my stuff and I grow pasture, a diverse mix, and I graze the cows right on it, so no nutrients are lost. In fact, they're put in by the sun, and that's where they stay. When you harvest an animal, you only harvest about 15% of that energy, and you've put that much into it just by letting it grow and rotating it. Here's a pivot, just kind of hitting the road there. Again, there, get that shut off. It's usually on a computer. And here's the biggest dairy we have in this area. These guys came from back east somewhere to run a dairy out here in the state of Utah, which is kind of interesting. They bought this dairy when everything was high, but yet they've been able to survive it somehow. There's an end gun on a pivot there, watering corn. That's one of the big advantages of a pivot, is you can put corn underneath it because it's tall enough to accommodate corn. Like I said, we grow a lot of corn right here in the southern part of Sanpete County and northern Sevier County. Just wanted to show you the clouds, and the sun's going to be rising here in about 15 minutes probably. But look how pretty that sunrise of the sky is. So where I'm headed today is actually up to Manti, Utah Temple. And to me, it's one of the pioneer temples. It's one of the prettier temples. It's our temple district. So heading up there today for about 2 hours, and then back to Saturday and getting stuff done on the house. Last night I moved the cows about 11 o'clock because I went out there and they had gotten through the fence somehow, a few of them, and they were ready to be moved anyways. I didn't get out there yesterday early because my boy had a football game and I had work, so I wasn't able to get out there. So when I got out there, they had kind of gotten out. So this is the landscape looking to the northwest, over here on the east side of Gunnison, Utah. These are called the Chalk Cliffs right here that we're coming on. This formation, you can kind of see why it's called the Chalk Cliffs. Something interesting about the settlement of this town of Gunnison, Utah here. There used to be, the settlement started right here. It's called Hogwaller, right down here by the Sanpete River. Sanpete River runs right through this valley here. Then they moved later on at the request of somebody who come down. I believe it was Brigham Young, but I have to confirm that. To the west 3 miles into the town of Gunnison. That's where it stands today. So my sister and brother-in-law actually own the land right here. on the base of the chalk cliffs now, and they run cows up here before they take them up 12 Mile in the summertime, sometime around the end of June. So they get them close, and they just drive them up with horses. And I think I posted one of those videos on Instagram before, just a short clip of what they do. But they put the cows out down through here shortly, and then maybe sometimes when they bring them off, they'll put them down here for a little bit. But it's kind of a cool place. They didn't get that until probably 5 or 6 years ago. Before that, it was owned by a different fellow here that actually lived in this house right there. So they call it Ray's, because the guy's name was Ray Peterson. Anyways, so that fence line up along the side of that mountain right there, you can see is their northern boundary. Anyways, it's kind of a cool place. I was, as a kid, I used to go down there with one of my friends, and we'd get in the river. We were hiking along the bottom of them chalk cliffs one day, and a couple rattlesnakes we come upon, and my friend was deathly scared of snakes, and he went running off screaming. Anyways, to me it seems like staying calm is probably the better way to go about that. Last night my two boys in them White Hills over there, they were camping in those White Hills. In fact, they're probably still over there now. As they get up, they'll ride their dirt bikes through those hills and head on home. Probably be there about the time I get home, or a little bit before I get home this morning. But it's just a really pretty valley, Sanpete Valley up through here. So this is the very northern end of what they call Severe Valley, Gunnison is. And then it kind of heads to the northwest, where Sanpete Valley starts in Gunnison and heads northeast up through these hills here, and up through Manti and Sterling, up into Mount Pleasant, Ephraim, and places like that. So if you're familiar with them names, then you're familiar with what I'm doing today in the temple in Manti. But anyways, it's been a kind of a cool little drive. Just wanted to bring you along. These are big cottonwood trees brought in by the settlers. A lot of history in this valley. This is the Sanpete River that they're running along. Just a lot of cool history through here. But anyways, before I get into an area where I got a lot of traffic, so this is some alfalfa hay production here under wheel lines. So that's the winter feed. I don't farm like most of these guys do. I have a different model that I follow. I graze everything I can, so I don't have any plain monocultures that I like. I've got an alfalfa field that I've got grass and a few things that I've drilled into it to try to get the diversity up in that field and hold the soil and build soil health. So that's kind of my passion, that and grazing, and they go hand in hand subsequently. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I don't want to keep it too long, because I figure that this view is not one you want to see for too long. But anyways, this is Solar Solus signing off.